When I was little, my mom always told me to be sweet, have fun, and do everything like I was doing it for Jesus. So I would always start my school day by getting up, eating breakfast, and then I would give my mom a kiss right before I got into the car, and she would always say, be sweet, have fun, and do everything like you're doing it for Jesus. When I was 2 years old, my mom said that I was standing on the fireplace, and I said, someday when I'm on stage and all the people are listening to me. So since I was 2, I knew that I wanted to be on stage, and that's just what I wanted to do. I originally started at OBU as a vocal performance major. My sophomore year, I'd kind of experienced a confidence hit in what I was doing. I kind of was at a breaking point of whether or not it was even the right major to choose, if I needed to transfer or something like that. And I knew that theater was my passion and musical theater was my passion, and that's what I wanted to do. So I switched the beginning of my junior year to a theater major. My junior year rolled around and things started to fall into place. I was cast as Morticia in the Addams Family, and I was cast in a couple other small productions in the theater department, and I was put into concerto aria, which is mainly music majors, and I was a music minor, and so I was experiencing a lot of these things that was solidifying, like, you are in the right place, I've put you here, and all these doors kind of started to open. While rehearsing in the Addams Family, I got to work with faculty member Dr. Lalit, and he played an instrumental part in getting my voice to the place it needed to be in the show. And I grew so much vocally, but I also really started to grow spiritually as well. He really believes that the spirit needs to be fed first, and then the voice flows from that. He always said that breath is life, and without breath, there is no life. And Jesus is the source of life, therefore breath comes from him. So when we are confident in him and confident in Christ, our breath flows from there, and that's where our music and our inspiration comes from. Going to OBU, I knew that I could get a solid Christian education, but also learn how to engage in the theater world in a Christ-like way and stand out differently. So my freshman year, I had the opportunity to take a J-term class to New York, and we studied Broadway shows, we studied how they work, how they ran, all that sort of thing, and it was my passion, so I ate up every second of the course. That was my first experience being in New York for an extended amount of time, and I fell in love with the city. My junior year, I had the opportunity to come back to New York City, and I had the chance to sing at Carnegie Hall with the University Chorale, and we sang the piece Jubilate Deo by Dan Forrest, which is a piece proclaiming the gospel in 7 different languages. And coming to New York, which is the melting pot of America, and proclaiming the gospel was absolutely incredible, and it really gave me the confidence that I needed and the determination that I could come back to the city on my own and do the exact same thing someday. My junior year, a faculty member introduced me to Open Jar, and I auditioned for their 1-week program in the summer. Open Jar is a huge network for Broadway artists, and their goal is to get young artists like me out and performing in New York, but also to help Broadway shows make it into Broadway through rehearsals and the process. My senior year, I applied for their 8-week residency program, and I got in, and so I moved to New York in September, and I joined their program, and it was really challenging. I learned a lot, I was pushed a lot, and I felt like OBU really gave me the training to be confident in my voice and my art, and be confident in my acting talent, but also be confident and know that this is where the Lord placed me and opened all the doors, starting from my freshman year coming to Broadway and falling in love with the city, to my junior year was when I was Morticia in the Addams Family, to performing in concerto aria, then coming to New York and performing at Carnegie Hall and realizing that I can proclaim the gospel in this city, to getting into Open Jar, the 1-week program, and then the 8-week program my senior year, and knowing that I was given the tools at OBU to come and be successful in my art and in my craft. Now I'm living in New York City, pursuing my dream. I'm working, auditioning, networking, and I fall more in love with this city every day, and I have such a heart for the people and the call that the Lord's placed on my life. And I strive every day to do what my mom's told me since I was really little, to be sweet, have fun, and do everything like I'm doing it for Jesus.